Hello everybody, welcome to the Funny Old Game video update thing. Haven't decided on a name for it. Some of you may recognise my voice, others my face, and a very rare few of you both. My name is Stephen Platt, and if you're a regular listener to Tuesday afternoons on 89.7 FM up in Western Australia, broadcast out of ECU Joondalup, you will know that I host a radio show on Tuesday afternoons there called The Funny Old Game, where we talk football for about 2 hours normally, with some music thrown in between. Now, the last couple of weeks I haven't been able to attend, and neither have my guest hosts, partly due to illness, then also due to the fact that I've been moving house lately. There's also work commitments, and I'm in another play as well. Ruby Moon, for those of you who are interested, by special arrangement of Matt Cameron and Currency Press. The play is being put on at the Drama Workshop from the 5th of April till the 13th, 2013. Dates, prices and all that sort of information will be available on a link that I'll put up on the Funny Old Game Facebook page for you to all enjoy. If you're watching this just through the auspices of YouTube or other video sharing sites, then go to www.facebook.com/thefunnyoldgame, where you will get all the relevant information. So we've not been on for 3 weeks, which is very remiss of us due to various things, and also I thought this might be a good opportunity to tell you that the season will be wrapping up early anyway, because in about 3 weeks under that, I'm going to be travelling overseas, going around the continent of Europe, well, bits of it anyway, until the end of the season. So regardless, this sort of final few weeks of the season has kind of tailed off a bit. So what I thought I'd do, to make up for the fact that we haven't been on for the last 3 weeks, is do a couple of video-based updates covering different segments of things we would have talked about during the show. So I thought in this first one we could cover the A-League. It's also a chance for me to explain and also say sorry, we've been away. At the moment, not sure if we'll even be in this Tuesday, just because of potential rehearsally things. So if that's the case, we'll let you know through the Facebook page. Anyway, so I just thought it'd be nice for you all to know. So, without further ado, let's get the show started.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Funny Old Game. And yes, this is actually how we start most shows, with playing a bit of music that makes me laugh. My name is Stephen Platt. I am not joined by any of my special guests today, because this is, as you can see, a special internet-based video mini edition of the show that will be divided into a couple of episodes. The first of which, having just explained what's going to happen to you beforehand, will focus on the A-League. So, armed with nothing more than myself and the whole of the internet, I will let you know what has been happening. Okay, so first of all, A-League, we've got to talk about what happened on Thursday night, and that was a 3-1 victory for the Brisbane Roar. Of course, this is the final week before the finals, the final round, actually, of the competition. So, as it stands, the 6 teams that will be taking part in the finals are the Western Sydney Wanderers, the Central Coast Mariners, Melbourne Victory, Adelaide United, Brisbane Roar and Sydney FC. However, that is subject to change. There are still 3 games left to be played this round, with 6 teams still capable, or 6 teams still to play, and of those teams, 2 of them, the Perth Glory, only one of them, sorry, the Perth Glory could crash into the finals. So they would be going in at the expense of Sydney FC. It all depends on how they perform against Adelaide. The reason for this is because Sydney FC lost to the Brisbane Roar on Thursday night by a scoreline of 3 goals to 1. A bit of a bad performance from Sydney FC, losing of course to the defending champions, it has to be said, Brisbane, securing their spot in the finals thanks to goals from Bessart, Berisha, Lustica and Franjic. Del Piero did score a penalty late on, but it was never going to be enough. So a disappointing result for the Sydney FC there, and basically everything now rides on what happens with Perth against Adelaide. However, they know that they won't be overtaken by the Newcastle Jets. The Jets could have won their final game to claim a spot in the top 6, but they lost 3-0 to the Western Sydney Wanderers. In doing so, in winning that is, the Western Sydney Wanderers confirmed their minor premiership, which considering that this is a brand new team, this is their first ever season in existence. What an achievement. Big salute there. 57 points is their final total. 2 goals from Bridge and 1 from Visconti means that Western Sydney finish, as it stands, 6 points clear of the Central Coast Mariners. However, the Mariners are in action against the Melbourne Heart, which is a game which takes place later at some point this weekend. That is the next game that's due to be played. It's going to be played at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. This game's pretty much irrelevant now, though. The Heart can't qualify, although they could secure not finishing bottom if they got the win, which would be good for them, I suppose. The Central Coast Mariners are definitely going to finish second now, so that's that organised. The other games, of course, we've got Perth Glory taking on Adelaide United, which we'll get on to in just a moment. The other game sees the Melbourne Victory in action away to the Wellington Phoenix. If the Phoenix win and the Heart fail to win, then it means that the Phoenix won't finish bottom of the table. They're currently on 27 points, the same amount as the Heart, but with an inferior goal difference of 11. The Victory, however, know that they could need a win. It depends on what happens in Perth on Saturday night, tomorrow night, funnily enough. The Glory are in action against Adelaide United. As it stands, Perth Glory are 7th on 31 points. A draw would be enough for the Glory to make it on goal difference. They'd squeak it. They currently have a goal difference of -2 to Sydney's -10. A victory would simply mean that they'd be there on points as opposed to goal difference. They can't catch up to the Brisbane Roar now. They would move within a point of them. Winning this match would also mean that Adelaide United would definitely finish 4th, and it would also mean that in the shake-up for the finals, Adelaide United would be taking on the Brisbane Roar, and Perth would be taking on the Victory. However, if Adelaide were to get the win against the Glory, and then the Victory failed to win against the Phoenix, it would then mean that Adelaide would finish 3rd, and they would have a home final against Sydney FC, whilst Melbourne would have to take on Brisbane. So there is plenty to play for both sides. Adelaide guaranteed a home final regardless of what happens, but the question is, who would they prefer to face? Last year's champions, the Brisbane Roar, or Sydney FC? That is their 2 choices. Unless, of course, it could happen where Adelaide and Perth could play each other. If Adelaide and Perth played out a draw, it'd be enough for the Glory to take 6th spot, and then if the Phoenix beat the Victory the following day, it would mean that they would go below Adelaide on goal difference. They would have to lose by 2 goals for that to happen, though. So potentially you could see Adelaide United play Perth, but it'd be a very, very unlikely scenario. So the question is, can the Glory do it? Yes, but they're missing a few key players, it has to be said. No Shane Smelts, which is a bit of an issue. Obviously, he got kicked in the face in the internationals. Not very good at all. We'll be talking about the internationals in a later video. We saw the fact that there will be no Travis Dodd or Liam Miller, who are both out through injuries as well. So, predictions for the game, Perth versus Adelaide. I am going to go for a 1-1 draw. That's what I think will happen. And the Glory to scrape into the finals, only to then be knocked out in the next round. In the other games, just so you know, I think the Mariners will beat the Heart, and I think the Victory will probably beat the Phoenix as well. So that's my predictions. Okay, stay tuned though, because somewhere else on this page there should be more videos, the next of which will be looking at what's going on in England ahead of the next round of the Premier League. So everybody, stay tuned.